Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you had a great week and are ready for a little break as we roll into the weekend. Today is May 23rd, 2025, and this is your Friday planning video. Now, over the last few weeks, we've talked a lot about staying steady during market volatility, keeping your investments in line with your goals, and continuing to build a financial legacy. Today, I want to bring the conversation back to something that's easy to put off, but becomes critically important when you least expect it: estate planning. Now, before you sigh and think, I don't need this yet, please hear me out, because estate planning isn't just for later. It's not just for the wealthy, and it's not just for someday. Estate planning is risk management. It's one of the ultimate acts of care that for the people you love. It's the way you make sure your wishes are honored and the chaos is avoided no matter what life throws at you. And the reality is, if you don't create a plan, the state you live in, it has one for you. It's called probate court. And I promise you'd rather decide for yourself than let a court do it. So today, let's walk through a few of the essentials that every good estate plan should cover and why it's important to keep them current. Now, before I get into it, let me remind you, I'm not a lawyer or an accountant. This is your team. Bring us all together so we can advise each in our own lane. So now first, the will. The will is the basic cornerstone of an estate plan. It spells out who gets what and who's in charge of carrying out your wishes. Without a valid will, your assets could end up tied up in probate for months or even years, with legal fees eating into what you hope to leave behind. Creating a will isn't just about money, it's about clarity. It's about peace of mind for your family during what will already be a difficult time. And if you have minor children, your will is where you name guardians. That decision alone is worth getting your documents in place. Now, second, let's talk about beneficiary designations. You hear this one all the time. This is the one that people overlook the most, and it's one that I bring up to you over and over again in our meetings. Accounts like 401ks, IRAs, life insurance policies, they pass by beneficiary designation, not your will. That means that even if your will says everything to my spouse, but your old 401k still lists an ex-spouse as the beneficiary, guess what? The ex-spouse gets the money. I know it's crazy, but it's true. That's why part of our regular process is reviewing and updating these forms, making sure that they match your intentions. And while you're at it, make sure you have contingent beneficiaries also. If your primary beneficiary predeceases you, you want a clear backup listed. Third, powers of attorney and healthcare directives. Estate planning isn't just about what happens when you're gone. It's also about protecting yourself while you're alive. Powers of attorney, both financial and medical, let you designate someone you trust to make decisions if you're ever unable to do so. A healthcare directive or living will spells out your wishes for medical care if you can't speak for yourself. These documents are just as important as your will, and sometimes even more urgent. Accidents, illnesses, they don't always wait for you to be old enough. All right, fourth, trusts. Now, trusts aren't necessary for everyone, but for many of you, they can be incredibly useful tools. Trust can help you avoid probate, keep your wishes private. They can protect minor children. They can provide structure for how and when assets are distributed, and they can reduce estate taxes in some cases. There are a lot of types of trusts: living trust, revocable trust, irrevocable trust, and we'll work together with your legal team to determine what fits your goals best. A key takeaway: a trust is a tool, and like any tool, it needs to be used correctly and updated as life changes. Now let's talk about something else that's just as important: keeping your plan updated. It's not enough to create a plan once and stick it in the drawer. Life changes. You move to a new state. You have grandchildren. You get remarried. There's so many different things. Your financial situation grows or it shifts. And then all of these life changes should trigger a review of your estate documents. In fact, if you have nothing major that changes, I recommend reviewing your estate plan every 3 to 5 years just to make sure everything is still aligned. And finally, talk about your plan. I know these conversations aren't easy, but one of the greatest gifts you can give your family is clarity. Let your loved ones know where your documents are. Let them know who's in charge. Let them know what your wishes are. It doesn't have to be a long, heavy discussion, but even a basic conversation now can save incredible amounts of stress and confusion later. At the end of the day, estate planning isn't just about distributing your stuff. It's about protecting your people. It's about making sure that your voice is heard, even when you're not there to speak. And it's about making sure the legacy you leave is one of intention, not accident. So if you haven't revisited your estate plan in a while, let's make it a priority this year. And if you've never put one together, that's okay. The best time to start is always today. As always, if you need help reviewing your plan, coordinating with your legal team, or just getting started, please reach out. That's what I'm here for. Now, before I close, Monday is Memorial Day, and as always, this is a day that sometimes gets missed as people are busy watching racing and holding barbecues. I hope you will join me on Monday as we honor the courage, sacrifice, and enduring legacy of the men and women who gave their lives for this country. Markets are closed for the holiday, and the Monday market update will be on Tuesday. Enjoy the weekend and stay in touch.